What's up, guys? We've been here today. I'm in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park here at the Cades Cove. It's like anybody who knows about it, it's really famous in the national park. You drive through it. Usually people see like bears or elk or just the nature. There's also things you can see, like it used to be a town, a functioning town. So there was like old churches and cemeteries and mills and such like that. And we'll probably stop at a few of those things, but I'm gonna take you through it, show you a few things I see, and then you decide it for yourself. Because some people say it's not worth it because there's so many cars, and some people say, well, it's totally worth it. It's a beautiful place to go. So I'm here to not tell you how I feel, but to show you what's here. So let's go do it. Right, see, Cades Cove Scenic Loop closes at dusk. It is 11 miles. Remember, feeding wildlife and picking plants are prohibited. Also, if you do stop, there's pull-offs like that says, but in the national park, in order to stop, if you stop for more than 15 minutes, you have to have a valid parking pass, or you're subject to ticketing. There's some mountains over there in the distance. Like I said, we'd probably be stopping at a few things. It says vehicles prohibited in field. So if you guys are planning to come out here and go in the field, then you can't do it. Sorry. There's a very pretty view out there. And like the last time I came here, there was a lot of traffic. This is the second time I've been here. There's a lot of traffic, and I was sick, so didn't enjoy it the best. But today, traffic seems light, and I'm not sick. First stop on the little pull-off is actually just some domesticated horses out here. But I like to pet a good horse. I'll pet a bad horse too, but preferably a good horse. Here they all are. This one seems like he's irritated by the flies. Pretty cool. Scratching his head on the post there.
That one is?
Quite a few of them. Those are beautiful. There is some traffic, not because there's a lot of cars, but because there's a bunch of bicyclists up there taking their time and not pulling over to the side, which I guess is fine. Up this way is a primitive Baptist church. I'm gonna check this one out. It's got a little cemetery behind it. Yeah, here's an old primitive church. Then we'll go check out the cemetery first, and we'll come back inside it. All right, this Pacific Baptist Church was organized June 16th, 1827, almost 200 years ago. All right, go up in here. You gotta stay on the trail, which is no big deal, no problem. But this person, Mary Ann B. Wilcox, 1853 to 1928. So they literally just found a spot that didn't have anybody, and they went right through it. So this is J.M. Birchfield. Oh, this grave was pretty interesting. So Russell Gregory, 1795 to 1864, founder of Gregory's Bald, about 1830. He was murdered by North Carolina rebels. How interesting. And this guy, he was a veteran. He died in 2017, so I guess they still are burying people in the families up here. And he was in the U.S. Army, and says he was stationed in Germany. This guy died in 1840. He was born in 1744, so almost 100 years old. And he was his name's William Hamby, and he was in the North Carolina militia in the Revolutionary War. It is quite beautiful out here. It's just out really in the middle of nowhere, other than now it's obviously in the national park. All right, we're gonna go inside the church here. All these pews. I'm not sure when they stopped having church here. It doesn't really say anything about it, but this is not, some of this has had to be repaired, much of it, but considering that there's still people being buried here, there's probably still connections to this church. And up here on the altar, this is what it would have looked like for whoever was the preacher. I'm sure somewhere online or somewhere there's a history of everybody who was the preacher here. But some idiots have carved their names in it, but otherwise it's pretty nice. Nature. What's up, homie? I like your lovely home. Thanks for allowing me to visit. So this is called the Missionary Baptist Church, founded in 1839. But let's literally, it has a little sign, independent but not isolated. Rich Mountain Road near the Missionary Baptist Church provided the first settlers access into Cades Cove. Originally a path used by the Cherokee, this route was eventually widened into a wagon road. By the mid-1800s, 5 roads led in into and out of the cove. Crib Gap Road, Rich Mountain Road, Cooper Road, Rabbit Creek Road, Parsons Branch Road, compared to only one or seasonally 2 routes open to two-way traffic today. These roads provided the families of the cove opportunities for commerce as well as social and political interaction. A post office was established in the cove in 1830. Cove residents picked their mail up at the post office until 1904 when home delivery service became initiated. John Oliver not only served as the cove's first mail delivery person, he also practiced scientific agriculture and sought to improve healthcare and education in his community. And there he is right there. His cabin is actually on the property still, but we did not go see that. It is further that way. It's a little hike to that one. I think in this one, we will actually go in the church first. And this one is significantly larger than the other one. And the way it's set up is as well. This one's a nice one. I really think this one's actually a really nice one. And as you can see back there, there is a cemetery for it. This would be the view from where the preacher would be standing. But the back door is open, so we can go check out this cemetery and see if it has any interesting graves. I'm sure there odds to be some that are much smaller, but some that are pretty old since this was founded in the 1830s. This is Willie Cooper, born August 20th, 1921 to March 4th, 1923. Over 100 years ago, he lived and died. It's very interesting. There's some other Coopers next to him. This is Myrtle E., daughter of Mrs. and Mr. and Mrs. John T. Whitehead. She's born April 6th, 1924, July 9th, 1925. Very interesting. There's a back part of the church right there is where we were standing in the little, where the preacher would be. It's got like a little alcove. It's actually pretty cool. The High Mountain Road was one of the roads back that way, but it does provide an exit to the park, but you cannot enter the park through it. A little mini flock of crows. Also, don't know if it's enough to be a murder, but there's a very nice view on this side. Cades Cove is truly in a beautiful area. So to join all the other tourists and get out and take a clearer video of this valley right here. Sometimes people will see animals out in there, but it doesn't appear like there's any out there right now. Yeah, it's a little wooden bridge going over the little creek here. Cades Cove really, it's a beautiful place. You'll see a lot of nature, but maybe not animals all the time. There must be something up this way. No promises, because traffic has been not great for the last like 5 minutes. There is a bear spotted right there. Don't want to get too close from it to it, but it has caused quite the traffic jam right here outside the Dan Lawson place. It's crazy. Admittedly, I live in an area that has quite a bit of bears, and I have never seen one. This is the first bear I've ever seen. It's incredible. Able to get pretty close. You gotta stay 150 feet away from him. It's pretty cool. He's just eating on something. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but he's got quite a bit of spectators lined up. There he is. He's laid down, now he's back up. He's eating. Oh, he's laying down again. Kind of hefty. Here's an old corn crib over by the bell of where the Lawson house would be. I guess it would be a corn crib. They stored something in there. And here is a little entrance to the cabin, or at least part of it. Yeah. Let's go up in here. There's nobody in here because everybody, of course, is wanting to see the bear. But there is an upstairs. And you have to, it's a hard staircase, but it goes to a little attic area. Pretty interesting. All right, after that excitement of the bear, hope you guys can see it. We're driving past the Tipton place. And you see traffic is super thinned out. Another animal sighting. We came across some turkeys. Quite a few of them. They were pretty close to the road. Gobble gobble, brother. There's a deer, I believe, maybe an elk out there. It's not gonna be, it's far enough away where I can't translate it on camera. But that is the third animal. Well, fourth if you count the crows. It is running this way. It is, it's a white-tailed deer. Huh. Thank you, dear. I saw that lady taking a picture over there and he wanted to be courteous. Don't honk, there's a deer. What are you doing? Oh, it's taking off again. It's gonna jump in the road. Here, be careful. He's trying to get to the woods over there, I think. Be careful, guy. There's also a couple of white-tailed deer hanging out right there. Pretty cool. Right, guys, we are nearing the end here at Cades Cove. It was a good experience. Like I said, I was showing what's here. We stopped, as you saw, a couple churches, cemeteries, seen a little cabin, saw a bear, saw some horses, saw some crows, a deer, some turkeys. Yeah, it was pretty cool. And as for this place, a plus to this is it costs nothing unless you want a booklet, which is only $1.25. And it is probably the most wheelchair accessible friendly place in the national park here, which that's also a plus for certain people. That being said, you should like, subscribe, and share, because Moon Man, he's going home.